Well, it's Rich here and welcome to Big Backyard Ideas. It's day 4 of our vegetable gardening vlog in Northern California, and today I'm going to be testing out my new Fiskar secateurs because I'm on a trimming mission, and I will say I'm filming this at the end of the video. But if you are feeling fed up, cooped inside, buy a pair of secateurs or get outside with them and get trimming, because it is the most satisfying thing for beating the boredom that I've done in a couple of weeks. Anyway, in this video you're going to see me trimming stuff and then getting on with planting the rest of my veg. So let's get to it. If you like this stuff, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. You will see the fruit bushes behind me, the raspberries there, do need a trim. I should have done it much earlier on in the year, but I didn't have my secateurs to hand, and when I did find them they were rusted. So I've gone on Amazon and got these Fiskars one, which is one of their best sellers, for a smidgen under $10. Now I don't know if anyone else has been ordering from Amazon at the minute. You can wait like 2-3 weeks for some stuff that's classed as non-essential. These arrive in 2 days. Anyway, can't complain. Let me get them out of the packet and let's get to work. We'll get them out of the packet. Note on there, it says 1.6 centimetres or 5/8 of an inch cutting power on there. Now it says low friction coating helps the blade slide through wood, and they already feel very, very slick indeed to use. And it also says there's a sap removing groove on there to stop the blade from jamming. Anyway, let's get to work. I have to say, if anybody's wanting to de-stress themselves during this shelter-in-place time, go and buy some secateurs if you've not got any, because the amount of dead wood you will suddenly see around your garden that needs removing, it's unbelievable, and it's very satisfying getting rid of it all. See what I mean? I'm sure there's not a perfect job, but getting rid of the dead wood, like all of that stuff, has definitely made me feel a lot better. I think it will look a lot nicer as the plant begins to develop again. Now some of these I'm actually digging out, because I've been finding if you're cutting them back, as you see from previous years there, they're just growing back the next year and they're going a bit rampant on here. Now this is not the ideal time to be cutting them back, because this is already getting lots of flowers and hence there's going to be lots of fruit on there. But these ones where they're coming a bit near the path, I'm going to cut them back a little bit because they're growing a little bit too rampant. Now some of the ones like this I've left too long, but that's, as I say, bursting with flowers on there, so it's going to have plenty of fruit on there. But I've got quite a bit of dead wood out in here. Seems to be cutting through them very quickly indeed, I have to say. Quite impressed with it. Nice strong blade action on there, just the job, and far better than my older ones were. Same problem on this side. This is flowering, it's really is way too long. Should have cut it way down in summer, but might as well get rid of the dead wood in the meantime. And this lemon tree is also grown quite rampant, and I didn't realise it's got rather large thorns on it as well, as I've just found out to my cost with one of my hands. So I'm going to trim anything heading towards the path back. These are cutting through very, very easily. This is like a hot knife through butter on these. I have to say, quite impressed for $10. Yes, I wanted to keep it to a manageable height, so I'm going to take the top out of it. Somebody will probably tell me I'm doing something terribly wrong by doing that, but I don't want to grow it unmanageable. My other one is so high I can't even reach the lemons with a ladder, so it makes sense to act now rather than later. I would say it easily cuts through that 16mm or 5/8 of an inch. Very easy indeed with these. In fact, I'm going a bit wild with these, because some of these branches I trimmed in winter, but now that's getting the weight of the leaves on, everything's beginning to fall down. This is my daughter's cherry tree, but my mother told me a couple of years ago, a year or so back, to cut these off at the bottom, and they tend to grow back every year, some growth around the bottom, so I'm doing that. So if anybody's got any comments on that, would love to hear from you. As I say, we know very little about cherry trees at all. Where I'm being brutal with the fruit bushes is like on here, where it's got next to no fruit or prospective fruit on nothing at all. Now, real big test for it. This branch is going across, it's hitting the top of my cage here. It's going to be pulling down in a very short period of time. Big ask. Let's see if it will go through this. And I think it is going to do. Man, very nicely done. Well, I've been a busy boy today, because these two climbing plants either side of the pergola frame here are both completely dead. They're not showing any signs of growth in there at all, so I'm stripping all the dead wood away and I'll go out and get two nice new plants. There, even with all the dead wood removed, looks much better. Well, the last job of the day is to put my 2 squash plants in and my 2 zucchini plants in. I'm really annoyed at myself is because what I thought was weeds down there, I'd failed to notice when picking it up until I smelt it, was that spearmint, and the giveaway is the tag on the ground down there. So I'm going to leave that to grow, and fingers crossed that will fight back. So I'll make sure I give that plenty of water, because that's really annoying that I missed seeing that from last year. But we live in that. Okay, well, just the last little bit to finish putting my deer netting up, then water everything, and then I'm done for the day. Now all my new plants in. Everything has been nicely watered. The one thing I am doing is squeezing the hose at the end of the day to take the pressure out of it, because I've got a new hose here to fit on to extend this so I can get right to the back of the garden. Because one of these hoses last year, when it was still under pressure, no, not with the water turned on, in the sunlight here in Northern California, the thing just expanded and the water just burst out the side of the pipe quite dramatically, despite there being no water on. Anyway, that concludes today's gardening vlog in Northern California. If you like what you've seen today, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you next time. Well, the Viscous secateurs certainly get the big backyard ideas thumbs up. I will put a link to them below the video. I said bargain, just under $10 from Amazon. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.